Here talk about some microbes, right? Some bacteria, and also some QC, QBRC, polymerase chain reaction, PCR. Thank you, right? If you're excited about either one of those, we can get you a job in food safety in the meat industry, right? So what you're learning can be applied through a lot of different avenues. And just as Liliana was talking about her career path, take opportunities. So I'm going to talk a little bit about workforce, a couple grants that we have at Texas A&M University of Kingsville in conjunction with a few other colleges here in the Lower Rio Grande Valley. So I'm going to set this up from a food security standpoint. Workforce in the meat industry is what we're trying to tackle. And this is a report that came out last year. It was basically a feasibility study identifying the needs of actually meat businesses where farmers and ranchers want small producers where they can take their livestock to be harvested and to be sold for a living. So pretty quickly about this, where they were focusing on was basically the South Central Plains, so pretty much San Antonio South, the Border Plains, Lower Rio Grande Valley, and the Coastal Bend. So this becomes a little bit of their definitions that they were using. The United States Department of Agriculture considers hobby farmers individuals that have 1 to 9 head of animals, and then small farmers are going to be the ones that have 10 to 19 animals. And so when we look at this, from if they're raising livestock that they want to actually sell for meat consumption, you have to go to a federally inspected packing plant. Okay? And the closest one we have is Post, Texas. We also have one in Corpus Christi, but pretty much if you're a small farmer, you're not going to be able to go to the one in Corpus Christi, you're going to have to go to Post, Texas. So if you think about that, so a mission, or your mission, if you have to drive up to Post, that's going to be basically 225 miles, 450 round trip. That's going to cost them roughly about $216 per trip. And for a small producer, that actually hits their bottom line quite a bit. So looking at what we have here in basically our area, and this is the number of cattle. So if we look over on the far left there, that's going to be talking about small producers, right? Wilson County has 454 farms. Duval has 281 farms, Karnes 247, Star 230, and Goliad 227. So pointing this out is we're talking about hundreds of farms that need access for meat. There are places for them to get their animals slaughtered. Here we look about hogs, goats, and chickens. Interesting aspect of this is the number of farms that we have. So we do have a lot more in goats when we start talking about the Rio Grande Valley, but all of these need a place. And so these grants got funded because of the need of more facilities and more workers in order for producers to send their animals and be a feasible cattle. So the need for business, the need for more industry workers. So these two things that we have. The first one's a workforce team. The team's an acronym. We're not going to go through that. But it's in conjunction with South Texas College. And so we did have a few that were here. Dr. Danilo and Sandra Espinosa was here earlier, right? They were participating with this. Also Palo Alto College and Connors State College up in Oklahoma. So Palo Alto College is in San Antonio. Connors is in Oklahoma. Now the concept behind this, the objective of this is basically expand the numbers of individuals willing to work in the industry. We're also going to provide them certificates as they're going through this. I'm going to emphasize this willing to work in the industry because the thing that we're really doing is we have the American Meat Science Association has an intercollegiate meat judging program. This is really the driver of people getting exposed to the industry. We know this is AMSA supports this full-heartedly because here, this is from their website, what they state about the meat judging program. It is that meat judging programs are currently the most effective tool for the recruitment and development of future meat science technologists in existence today. If you poll the AMSA members, most of them have went through a judging program. It's what got them in the door. And so that's where we basically started this project out. It's mostly just to do the intercollegiate meat judging, get them excited about the meat industry. Okay? And so the meat judging teams I talked about, we have one in Palo Alto, South Texas College, and Connors State. And just as a plug,